Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a great Sunday morning and afternoon. I hope you got a chance to do the things that you had planned on doing today. And I hope you also had a chance to relax your mind before the start of the work week on Monday for those who are returning to work on Monday morning. For those who aren't, I hope that you have a great evening and enjoy your time away from everything and everyone. And let's get into what's going to be discussed tonight. Tonight, we're going to be talking about 3 cases on PPP fraud in New York, Georgia, and Connecticut, and Oregon. We're also going to be talking about SNAP fraud that's taking place in upstate New York and in Brooklyn, New York. So without further ado, let's get into some mess here tonight. What were you thinking? When the average person breaks the law and believe they will never get caught. First on the docket, let's go to our New York State, the Empire State. You know, New York, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. That's what they said. Our first person that we're going to discuss is Terry Dorr of Jamaica, Queens, 36 years old. According to the justice.gov site, Mr. Dorr of Brooklyn had appeared in federal court in Brooklyn on 8 counts of indictment charging him from wire fraud, theft of public funds, and money laundering in connection with a scheme to steal funds from the United States government, which was dumb. He was going to use it with the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program, EIDL, a United States Small Business Administration program. During the COVID-19, Dorr was arrested in the rain before United States Chief Justice Judge Louis Bloom and have been released on a $50,000 bond. According to the IRS Special Agent Thomas Russo, the alleged defendant submitted multiple applications filled with fabricated information in order to steal more than $1 million in government funding intended to help the hard-hit businesses. And what did he do? He was an alleged opportunist, according to the special agent, who took advantage of the program meant to help small businesses who suffered loss during the pandemic. The defendant has laundered and used the stolen funds to buy jewelry for personal trading and for personal securities trading. So you went and tried to sell things. You tried to use it for the stock market, which was not bright. And that means a paper trail. Great job. And alleged in the indictment, Dorr applied for the EIDL loans in 2020 and 2021 when a fictitious company called the Terry Dorr Professional Consultants LLC. He had claimed that he had more than $575,000 in revenue, $535,000 in expenses for the calendar year 2019. In reality, it was a sham business and no legit revenue and expenses. Dorr had false claims and false information presented to the banks, and it's disgusting. You actually went and purchased jewelry and you went to try to invest this money in the stock market. He's facing 20 years, and I hope you serve every single day of it because you try to invest in the stock market. Moving on to the next case, to Queens, New York. Queens, New York gave us Nas. They gave us Nicki Minaj, but they did not give us this person. So this person is a CPA by the name of Ducati. Ducati was sentenced to a maximum of 3 years in prison for orchestrating a scheme that involved stealing over $1 million in federal pandemic funds through 2 fraudulent companies based in Jamaica, Queens. Why is this important? Because he's a CPA, and he actually said that he had 2 companies in the location of where he had his real company at 16202 Jamaica Avenue. It's really disgusting, especially when I know that this person worked hard to go to college, graduate college, become a CPA, and do something so hideous. Between June 29th, 2020 and July 14th, 2020, approximately $1.2 million was deposited into Ducati's Citibank business accounts. Ducati then spent this ill-gotten money on personal indulgences included $14,000 in Rolex watch, $36,874 in shopping spree in Amazon, $16,461 in Saks Fifth Avenue, $15,377 at Bergdorf and Goodman, $13,626 in Bloomingdale's, and a hefty $56,247 in travel. Before Citibank intervened, revoked the loans, Ducati had already foolishly squandered $350,000 in personal expenditures in direct violation of the loan agreement terms. And that mandated the funds used exclusively for business operations. It's really sad that someone actually did this, and he's not the only one, and I'm sure there's going to be other ones. These funds were meant to retain employees, maintain payroll, cover essential expenses such as mortgages, leases, utilities during the pandemic, according to Katz, the district attorney of Queens. So this person didn't do it like that. This person who is now being held accountable for their thievery. And it's a shame because you're 54 years old and what you're doing locked up in prison for something so silly. When you work so hard to have education, to better your life, maybe you fell into a trap that you just got caught up with the money and wanted more money, more money, and more money. You thought you was going to get away with it, but you're not going to get away with stealing money. And I want this to be a learning lesson to everybody else under the sound of my voice. Don't always try to look for the easy way out to make fast money. Ain't nothing faster than safer than making your own money legit in a legitimate way. So you will not have to have me reading over your story online to talk about you making a fool out of yourself. And I wish you well. And hopefully when you get out, you make better choices for your life. And that's not only you, but for the other person as well. So in a few seconds, we're about to go over and talk about another case. But before we get into the other case, I would like to say, if you have anything that you would like for me to discuss other than the person that I don't want to discuss right now, which is Diddy, please comment below and I will get into that one as much as I can. And we will discuss it at a further date, in a future date. Leave your comments below. Be nice and respectful to each other and to me. And I would like to get into, I would also like to say, this person, Ducati, I don't know if they had become a United States citizen or not, but you're facing extradition. And it's really sad to know that. And like I said, to know that somebody worked hard to go and do things the right way, to go down the wrong path, it's very hard to watch. And that's something you like to watch on ID channel and not something you like to report about, especially when someone who knows the right way. So let's get into the next case and let's talk about the great state of Georgia. Georgia, you gave me so many great things. You gave me great food in Savannah. You gave me great conversation in Atlanta. You gave me great performances that keep me thoroughly satisfied. You gave us Cam Newton with his show and his podcast. Hey, Cam, you still got it going on. And I know you're not a single man, but I can look. And I ain't single you, baby. All right. Hey, Atlanta. When I first drove on the Atlanta highway, I was so scared. Y'all was going so fast. I thought I was going to die, but I made it. Hey, Usher. So Atlanta, y'all gave us Usher. I know Usher is not single, but let me just look at him for a second. Hey, Usher, sing Daddy's Home to me. Your daddy's home from work. So Def, you guys gave us great hits. You gave us Bow Wow. You gave us Brat. But what you should not have given us was Jermaine Dupri wearing them little socks that I used to wear when I was little, when I was a little girl. But I'm not going to talk about you too hard, Jermaine Dupri. You made a fashion mistake. Don't do it again. You gave us Tyler Perry, but no, you didn't, because Tyler Perry really from Louisiana, but Tyler Perry did. No, we're not going to talk about sisters. We're going to move past that. Move past it, girl. And you gave us Peaches. Ooh, Peaches are so good, and I can't wait till peach season. So let's talk about this other case, because this case is really messed up. And this is also another PPP loan by the name of Khadijah. Khadijah. Oh my God. Why, Khadijah, did you break the law? Khadijah X. Chapman of Atlanta was sentenced to 3 years, 10 months in prison. Daniel C. LeBron of South Jordan, Utah, was sentenced to 2 years in prison. Eric J. O'Neill of Bethel, Connecticut, was sentenced to 2 years and 3 months in prison. The three of them had created obtained PPP loans for a fictitious company in 2020 and 2021. You got away with it once, but you're going to try it again for the second year. Okay. They falsified the documentation, submitted fraudulent documents to financial institutions like these up here, to Boise and elsewhere, collectively obtaining $3.5 million in relief. Chapman, convicted in November 2023 of bank fraud. LeBron and O'Neal pleaded guilty, and they all are in prison, and they'll get out and eventually. Let's go to Brooklyn. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the Brooklyn that you see here. That's not the Brooklyn you're going to see every day when you come to New York. Hey, Biggie, we miss you. Biggie, you came out of Brooklyn. We got Foxy Brown. We got Little Kim. And we got Big Daddy Kane. Hello, Big Daddy Kane. How you doing? You are something serious. Let me stop looking and talking about these people like I ain't got no sense. Let's talk about the case at hand. And Bed-Stuy do or die. Hey, now this the Bed-Stuy that y'all need to see when y'all come to New York. The real Bed-Stuy. Let's talk about these two clowns, shall we? We have two people who have been charged on February 27th for running a food stamps fraud scheme in a Brooklyn bodega where the pair trafficked and stole millions of dollars in benefits and SNAP benefits, and indicted and unsealed Tuesday. Dawood Kasim, 31, and Daya Alakisi, 26 years old, allegedly used the bodega and Bed-Stuy do or die as grounds of the scheme and steal over $20 million in SNAP benefits, according to U.S. Attorney's Office, Eastern District of New York. Kasim was the owner of the bodega that's questioned at hand, which is Throop Farm Market, which is not the name of it. It's actually Food Market. That's what they're known as too. But from the bodega, prosecutors said Kasim and Alakisi engaged in thousands of fraudulent SNAP benefits between April and December 2022. On February 14th, a grand jury returned an indictment charging the pair with one count of fraud, SNAP fraud, and the indicted states. Kasim was also charged in 2 counts of access device fraud and 4 counts of engaging in unlawful monetary transactions. What does that mean? They gave you cash for the food stamps. Kasim and Alakisi arrested on Tuesday morning, according to the news release in the Department of Justice. As alleged offenders trafficked and stole massive amounts of SNAP from thousands of victims, illegally profiting from federal funded benefits intended for those in need for nutritious meals. They also had stole things from people in different states. I'm going to come back to that story. Let's talk about this young woman here. This woman from Albany, New York, her name is Shantae Rivers. She's 30 years old. She's a mother of a couple of kids. She lied on her application and told the people that she did not know where the father lived. Come to find out, the kid's father lived with her, everybody. This happened between 2020 and 2021, November 1st and October 31st of 2021 and 2020 of November. $17,289 she got away with. So she thought, you not get away with it because now you got charged with grand theft, larceny, and welfare fraud. She was arraigned in Albany City Criminal Court and released on her own recognizance. She will be back, and if I hear anything else about her, I'll report it. And it's just disturbing because your kids live with you, your man lived with you. You both could have went and make it happen. Y'all both didn't have to sit here still. And look at you, you're just so beautiful, and you did a stupid thing. And is it worth it? And don't you be like the girl from BMF. It was worth every inch of it. It won't. And it's really sad and disturbing because you're a mother and you have children. This should not be the image that your kids remind themselves of you being locked up for doing something so stupid. Let's go back to the story in Brooklyn for a quick second with the bodega owners because I want to make sure I mention this. These two fools, these two people, these two criminals, these two horrible people, they went and let people get beer off their card. They had let people get cash at the register for it. They also had went across several states. Prosecutors also alleged that Kasim stole SNAP benefits from unsuspecting victims using counterfeit and stolen EBT cards from Throop Farm Market. The victims include the states of Tennessee, Virginia, California, among other states. If you live in these states, please contact the Justice Department in your states and stay blessed. Speak to you soon. This your girl, Midas Touch Baby. Good night for now.